Wilting might seem like a simple lack of water, but physiologically, it represents a breakdown in the plant's internal water transport system. To understand why plants wilt under the sun, we need to examine three things. First, how plants absorb water through roots, how xylem and phloem transport water and nutrients, and how environmental stresses disturb these processes. Wilting ultimately happens when water loss is faster than water absorption, causing a drop in turgor pressure, which is the pressure that keeps cells and leaves firm. In this presentation, each of us will explain a different part of this physiological chain.
Plants need a careful balance of water, nutrients, and cell pressure to stay healthy and upright. When conditions like strong sunlight or heat disturb this balance, the plant's internal system becomes stressed. Learning how water moves, nutrients are transported, and turgor pressure is maintained help us to understand why plants wilt and how they try to protect themselves.
As we know, plants make their own food by doing photosynthesis, which is need water to transport nutrients from the soil. So, how do plants absorb the water? Water moves by osmosis into the hair root cell. So, what is hair root cell? Hair root cell is a specialized single extension of the epidermis, forming tiny hair-like structure that significantly increase the root surface area. It is for efficiently absorbing water and mineral ions from the soil through the osmosis and active transport. So after water moves by osmosis to the hair root cell, then it goes to the root vertex, and then finally it goes to the xylem vessels. Once the water gets into the xylem, it is carried up by leaf to enter the mesophyll cell. So here I put a summary of how water absorbed by the roots to the plants according to my explanation earlier ago. The role of water potential in roots. So what is water potential? Water potential is a measure of the potential energy in water. Water potential in roots is crucial for drawing water from soil into the plant via osmosis, creating a gradient soil, root, leaf, then drive water up the xylem for photosynthesis and turgor pressure. It allowing roots to absorb water against gravity and maintain plant structure. There are 5 key roles of water potential in roots. So, what are those 5 key roles? Number 1. Water absorption. Roots have a lower water potential than the surrounding soil due to dissolved solids, causing water to move from soil, which is higher potential, into root cells, which is lower potential. So, second key roles of water potential in roots, which is driving force. This osmotic movement creates the initial pull, establishing a continuous water potential gradient from soil through roots up to the stem and out the leaf. Number 3. Nutrition transport. Water absorption is essential for transporting dissolved minerals from the soil into the plant. Number 4. Turgor maintenance. So water entering the roots help maintain turgor pressure, keeping root cells firm and providing structural support. And lastly, metabolic control. Plants can adjust their water potential by changing solute concentration, which is solute potential, giving them control over water uptake, especially in dry conditions. So that's all for water potential in roots.
Xylems transport water and nutrients outward from the root to the leaves and other parts of the plant, such as stems. Water is transported from the roots to the leaves through the xylem vessel, which are long, tubular structure made of individual cells stacked end to end. These xylem vessels form continuous open tubes without end walls, allowing water to move through easily and without force. The movement of the water in the xylem is driven by the transpirational pull and root pressure. Transpiration pull is a force that works against the direction of gravity in plants due to the constant process of transpiration in the plant body. First, this force helps in the movement of water as well as the mineral dissolved in it to the upper parts of the plants. This movement of water takes place through the xylem, a dead tissue that is found throughout the length of plants. Transpiration pull can alternatively be described as a suction force that pulls up the groundwater in an upward direction. The plant for photosynthesis utilizes a very small percentage of that water, and the remaining is transpired into the atmosphere via a water vapor.
Phloem transport. Phloem transports sugars from the leaves, where they are produced, to other parts of the plant that need them. This movement depends on turgor pressure, which is created when water enters the phloem and pushes the sugary solution from the high pressure areas to low pressure areas. When the plant loses too much water, less turgor pressure is produced, and sugar transport becomes slower. Environmental factors. Under strong sunlight, plants lose water very quickly through transpiration because the stomata open wider and the temperature is higher. When water is lost faster than the roots can replace it, the turgor pressure inside the plant cells decreases, causing the leaves to become soft and the plant to wilt.
Now, I will explain the adaptive response known as wilting and how it actually helps plants survive under harsh conditions. When a plant wilts, the leaves start to drop downward. This may look like a sign of weakness, but it is actually a very important survival mechanism. So, the first benefit of wilting is that it reduces the surface area that is exposed to direct sunlight. Because the leaves are no longer fully spread out, they receive less sunlight, which helps lower the temperature of the leaf surface. Secondly, wilting leads to a decrease in the transpiration rate. With a smaller exposed surface, less water is lost through evaporation. This is very important, especially during very hot or dry weather, when the plant is losing water faster than it can be absorbed. So, the third point is that wilting allows the plant to conserve the water that is still inside its cells. By slowing down the rate of water loss, the plant can maintain hydration for a longer period of time. This helps the plant avoid severe dehydration. Finally, wilting helps prevent permanent damage to the plant. Temporary wilting acts as a protective response, shielding the plant from overheating, extreme dehydration, and even death. Once the plant receives enough water again, it can recover and return to its normal structure. Overall, wilting is not just a negative sign, it is actually a clever and effective adaptive response that helps plants survive challenging environmental conditions. In conclusion, plants will under strong sunlight because they lose water through transpiration faster than the roots can replace it. This reduces turgor pressure, causing the leaves to droop. Wilting also acts as a protective response by drooping. The plant reduces sunlight exposure and slows water loss, helping prevent overheating and dehydration.
Before we end our presentation, let's look at this simple animation. Hi there, I'm your happy plant friend, but sometimes things go wrong. When my leaves start drooping, it means I'm feeling stressed. If your plant looks heavy and swollen, it might be overwatered. If your plant looks limp and dry, it's probably underwatered. Leaves curling upright might mean your plant is too hot. Provide proper ventilation and adjust your grow light distance. If roots are crowded, your plant needs a bigger home. We will end our presentation with the reference. Thank you for watching.